Hey guys, it's Spilly and welcome back to Spill Sesh, and also welcome to the first ever Tuesday Teacap. Don't worry, the Sunday special is still happening, but I got a lot of comments on my last video saying you guys wanted to hear about the Kim and Taylor Swift drama, so I wanted to include that in this video where I talk about Trisha, obviously, from the title, and Charlie and Chase's breakup. If you didn't come for the Taylor drama, it is a big chunk of the first half of the video, so you can skip to 10 minutes in if you don't care about that. I can't believe this, but Taylor Swift finally, she got cleared of her title of being a liar after all these years that Kim and Kanye have given her this reputation as such. And to be honest, I thought Kim had sort of changed her image a little bit, where she seemed a little bit more soft-spoken. She was a little bit nicer, less problematic in terms of like speaking out and all this stuff. I know the Kardashians are pretty problematic. I mean, Kim has been cleaning up her act. She wants to be a lawyer and she has been doing a lot of good in prison reform. So I know that Kim has been working on things, but the way that she reacted to this whole situation really took me back. And then after the Kim Kardashian fight with Kourtney Kardashian on Keeping Up with Kardashians, I was like, oh, the old Kim's still here. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, she's still here. She's still ready to fight. Slapping her own sister. I can't believe it. So I know we never talk about celebrity drama. We always talk about YouTube drama, but you guys wanted me to talk about it. I got a lot of Instagram comments asking me if I was going to make a video sort of explaining in short what happened between these two and Kanye West, because honestly, it's a lot. Let's just give a little short breakdown of what happened. So back in 2016, Kanye West called Taylor Swift. Kim Kardashian was recording this phone call and she recorded it illegally because they didn't ask Taylor Swift her permission if they could record the call. So basically, Kanye calls Taylor and says, hey, I'm writing this song. I want to know if you can promote it on Twitter. And after beating around the bush for like a bunch of times, he finally tells her a few of the lines from the song, and she cautions him about whether or not, he should release the song because she believes that a lot of feminists are going to get upset by the lyrics. Now, the lyrics were he feels like Taylor owes him, two bodies pressed against each other. And that's because he made her famous. He calls her the B word. But when he was on the phone with Taylor, he omitted the part where he says the B word. So she wasn't like, yeah, I love this song, you should release it, I'm gonna promote it, all this stuff. She's basically saying, hey, I'm not going to be promoting anything that I've never heard before. And then after she hears a little bit of it, she's like, hey, maybe you want to watch what you say. People could get upset, especially women. After the phone call, it's a 25-minute phone call. It didn't really seem like she was like, yeah, like let me do this. The song gets released a little bit later in 2016. When it comes out, Taylor Swift says, she was upset. She didn't want to support the song, all this stuff she says because, he called her the B word. And Kim Kardashian, in defense of her husband, put a Snapchat story of just a few clips from the phone call, making it seem like Taylor really did like the song and was honored to have the song written about her, and that honored that Kanye had called her. In Kim's Snapchat story, it made it seem like Kanye had called her, said, hey, I'm writing this song, these are the lyrics, and she said, oh my gosh, I'm so honored, thank you so much. Obviously, that makes it just seem pretty bad for Taylor to come out and be like, I didn't like the song, you never called me and asked me for permission. It makes her look like a liar. It makes her look like a two-headed snake. I get it, And because of this, everybody that, heard this started commenting snakes on Taylor Swift's Instagram story, saying she's a liar, a fake, and all this stuff. She literally got canceled, okay? She got canceled harder than James Charles got canceled. And let me tell you, that's not okay, and it's not fun, especially when people are lying on your name. And she had no proof, she had no ammo that this phone call was longer than what Kim put on her story. But you know what? The truth has been revealed in 2020. It's taken this long for Taylor Swift to get her name cleared. This past week, the full entire 20-minute version, unedited, was released between Kanye West and Taylor Swift. It was 20 minutes and not a couple seconds like what Kim put on her Snapchat story that one day back in 2016. And it was very clear Taylor did not give Kanye permission to call her a B word. She did not give him the support of the song. It was very clear that Taylor said she wasn't going to promote anything she's never heard before, and that Kanye had only called her to ask for permission to promote the song and not want to get her approval. So basically, Taylor had responded on her Instagram saying, instead of answering those those who are asking how I feel about the video footage that was leaked, proving that I was telling the truth the whole time about that call, you know, the one that was illegally recorded, that somebody edited and manipulated in order to frame me and put me, my family, and fans through hell for 4 years. Swipe up to see what really matters. And she linked the World Health Organization, and she explained it in the next slide. She said, the World Health Organization and Feeding America is some of the organizations I've been donating to. If you have the ability to, please join me in donating during this crisis. Swipe up. So Taylor obviously used this opportunity where everyone was probably waiting for her to respond to ask people to donate to the World Health Organization. And might I add, she responded 2 days after the full unedited phone call was released. So it's not like she responded to the whole thing and all the drama like immediately. And then obviously Kim had to come out, old Kim, had to come out on her story and say this. Taylor Swift has chosen to reignite an old exchange. Might I add, it's not like Taylor released this footage, because if Taylor had released this footage, I think she would have released it back in 2016 to clear her own name. But okay, Kim, okay. That at this point in time feels very self-serving. Self-serving, Kim. I mean, Kimberlina. Okay. Self-serving. Taylor Swift asked people to donate. Okay, come on. Given the suffering millions of real victims are facing right now, I didn't feel the need to comment a few days ago, and I'm actually really embarrassed and mortified to be doing it right now because she continues to speak on it. I feel I'm left without a choice but to respond because she's actually lying. To be clear, the only issue I ever had around the situation was that Taylor lied through her publicist, who stated Kanye never called to ask for permission. They clearly spoke, so I let you see that. Nobody ever denied the word B was used without her permission. At the time when they spoke, the song had not been fully written yet, but as everyone can see in the video, she manipulated the truth of their actual conversation in her statement when her team said she declined and cautioned him about releasing a song with such a strong misogynist message. Kim. In the video, it's very clear that Kanye called her to ask if she would promote it. That was all he asked. Kanye never did call to ask her for permission to call her the B word. Like, that's plain and simple. And she did say she wasn't going to promote the song, and she did caution him about upsetting feminists. So Kim also says, the lie was never about the word B. It was always whether there was a call or not, and the tone of the conversation. I never edited the footage. Another lie. I only posted a few clips on Snapchat to make my point, and the full video that recently leaked doesn't change the narrative. Literally, you guys, literally. Kim doesn't understand the word editing. She said, I never edited the footage. I only posted a few clips on Snapchat to make my point. Editing a video? You guys. Only posting a few clips of a video to make your narrative work is editing. Kim, you want to be a lawyer and you're taking illegal videos of phone calls and you're editing them. Okay, all right. And she said the lie was never about the word B. It was always whether there was a phone call or not. No, Kim, no. That's the narrative you created. You made it seem like Taylor was saying there was never a phone call, and Taylor was saying there was not a phone call asking if the song could be released, calling her a B. Because that's not what occurred. That's not what the phone call was. The phone call was, will you promote it? A song you've never heard, will you promote it? And she said no. He did not call her and say, hey, I'm going to release this song. Is that okay? So it's just ridiculous. And Taylor Swift's publicist clapped back and said, I'm Taylor's publicist, and this is my unedited original statement. By the way, when you take parts out, that's editing. P.S. Who did you guys piss off to leak that video? So in Taylor Swift's publicist's original statement back in 2016, she said, Kanye did not call for approval, but to ask Taylor to release his single Famous on her Twitter account. So clearly you can see right here that Taylor never denied that there was ever a phone call. She just denied the fact that he called about approval. She does say that he called. She's just saying through her publicist, but to ask Taylor to release his single Famous on her Twitter account. So she never said there wasn't a call. She said there was a call, but not about what Kim and Kanye were saying it was about. So that's just ridiculous. This whole thing, it's nuts. Kim, I'm disappointed in you. I thought you had changed. I thought you were a little bit better now, but clearly I was wrong. All right, guys, I know that was very long, but you guys really wanted me to talk about it, so I figured I would squeeze it in. If you guys have skipped until this point, like, I understand. So Here we go. We're talking about Charlie and Chase. If you guys have known for a while now, the two of them have been dating. They came out about it after a lot of people made rumors about whether or not they were just friends or if they were more than that. And it turns out that everyone was right. They were more than that. They came out and said that they were a couple and that they, are together, and everything seemed all good and dandy. But then, some drama came along when Chase was accused of cheating or being with other girls and making Charlie out to be a fool. So basically, Josh Richards and Bryce Hall released a savage diss track on Lil Huddy, also known as Chase. So in the song, they used the lines, "You still be effing with girls and telling people Charlie's your world." So at the time, it seemed like, this had come out. They were just dissing Chase, making him look bad. And obviously, this wasn't very good for Charlie. It's really embarrassing to hear that your man is messing around with other girls, but, is out here just using you for clout or, just to have you here as, his main piece, even though he's got several side pieces. Everyone thought that there was beef with Josh and Bryce and Lil Huddy, but all of that came to a very confusing halt when they collabed and they made TikToks together, and apparently they are friends. And that ultimately makes Charlie look like a fool, because if Chase is letting people say that he's effing around with other girls and still calling Charlie his world and is friends with these people and is okay with it and kind of just accepting that there's a diss track, that's not good. It's not a good sign, and it clearly means that he actually is messing around with other girls. And it has become very clear that him and Charlie are no longer together. They both have photos still on both of their Instagrams. They're following each other still. But the real issue is that Charlie has come out on Twitter and she retweeted 2 quotes from this account called Breakup Quotes. The first one was, "I miss what we could have been." And then the second one is, "You will not heal by going back to what you broke." So ultimately, people believe this is confirmation that the two of them are no longer together. And that's really unfortunate. That's the saddest way to find out that your man is with other people, when he all of a sudden turns out to be a fake and is in on this whole scam to make him look bad for clout. It's just ugh, gross. Who does that? I thought we left diss tracks for clout back in the Jake Paul, Alyssa Violet days. Come on. No, we're over this. And next, you guys, we're talking about Trisha Paytas, because Trisha can't stay away from the drama. If you guys have been paying attention, ever since Trisha came out about being a man, she started going on the H3H3 podcast because, Ethan had been mean to her on all this stuff and they wanted to confront each other. And basically, the H3H3 podcast is with Ethan and Hila, and they had Trisha on. And since then, they have had her on multiple times. And I feel like both of them are using each other just to kind of troll. Ethan loves to throw jabs at Trisha, and Trisha likes to throw jabs at Ethan. And ultimately, she's getting them views and they're promoting her. So I feel like the beef between them never really subsided, and Trisha never actually forgave Ethan for anything that he might have said to troll her or any comments that he made about her, because Trisha can insult everybody else, but no one can insult Trisha. And if Ethan ever thought that Trisha was changed and actually genuinely liked him and stuff, I don't know how she acts with them off camera, but it seems like that was a pretty dumb move for him to believe that she had changed and genuinely liked him, because it's Trisha has been plotting something very, very sneaky and very, very family ruining, and I can't believe she's going through this big of an effort to do this to their family. God, I can't believe this. So Ethan and Hila, they're together, they're married, they have a baby. They have a series that they do on their channel. It's The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, where, they get people to come on and try to, do a virtual bachelor situation. Anyways, Trisha was going to be their bachelorette, and the whole thing went to shambles because, what do you know? Trisha has come into contact with Hila's brother, and she is trying to troll Ethan and make his life a living nightmare. I'm sure of it. And all the people in the comments are agreeing. They're saying that Trisha is probably only messing around with Hila's brother to make them uncomfortable and to ruin Ethan's life. And I can't even process this. I can't believe that Trisha would go so far as to like fake being friends with H3H3 and then sneak her way into the family just to troll Ethan. Ethan and Hila posted a podcast on their channel, and in this video it was titled Trisha Paytas Ruins the H3 Podcast, and they talked all about how she basically ruined the entire Bachelor series and ended up with Hila's brother Moses. And Trisha quote tweeted the podcast and said, "Good, thank God." I mean, she is really throwing some shade and really pushing it in their face that she is with Moses. And in the photo that she posted with the brother, Ethan replied on Twitter and said, "Betrayed, gutted, destroyed." And she said, "Gutted by your brother-in-law," with an eggplant emoji. And like, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. They were saying that they don't want her around their baby and they can't invite her into the house, and she doesn't know what's up with her brother, that he is doing this with Trisha. And the thing is that Hila's brother as well had agreed to be the bachelor, and Trisha was going to be a bachelorette. And one of the only things that they had to agree to was that if anybody slid into their DMs or they try to slide into anybody else's DMs, they had to be open about it, because it kind of ruins the entire show if they get together with someone. What do you know? Both of them decided to ruin it all, and they're together. And apparently they didn't even find out about it until Trisha posted on Instagram a photo of her and Moses. And now Trisha is just trolling them by saying, you know, she's having this bomb, you know what, and she's having like the best time of her life, and she doesn't know if it's just great or if she's in love. And all of a sudden, just like clockwork, Trisha has become Jewish. You guys, I can't even take myself seriously saying that. I really can't. But someone in the comments had said that they feel like Trisha is going to come out and say that she's Jewish in the next video. And what do you know? Her most recently uploaded video is, "I'll teach you Hebrew, the alphabet." And if you guys know Trisha and you guys know when she's trolling, this is 100% her troll voice that she is using in this video. I cannot even believe it. I'm also a little impressed that she took the time to try and do this just to troll. This is like one of her most lengthy trolls possibly ever. This is very meticulous and very detailed. But H3 came out on their podcast and they talked about it, and they are not happy about it. So I don't know when this whole thing is going to be up. I don't know how far Trisha is going to take this, but this is not looking good. It's not looking good for them. And I don't know. This is crazy. I thought Trisha was crazy when she was trolling and making fun of communities and all this stuff, but to invade someone's life and try to ruin a family, that's a new one. That really, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments down below. I am truly blown away and at a loss for words. So I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.